Good morning.
Good morning.
To be freed from beliefs. Not to feed your search. There is nothing to do. Nothing to attain. If you have anything to add to this, or if you have any questions, clarity needed, please ask. Maybe it's clear to you what I say, and I also put into doing the undoing. Because in the end, you stay with the someone who didn't do anything, who undoes, you would say that? Undoes?
Undid.
Undid, okay. And you always remain with the question, okay, what's what and who am I, or whatever big demand you have about yourself. So, and manifestly, obviously, all this affair, the search, the accomplishment of the search, it's all a personal story. Maybe it's good to know it, to be freed from beliefs. Any accomplishment is in time, and you were in time before the accomplishment too. That's why you were searching. And time makes things, events, happenings change. That's the particularity, the quality of time. It goes on changing. So, and more than that, it's a movement of the mind. To have the thought of more than that. Is there anything more than that? It's also a thought, isn't it? So we can say one is tyrannized by the thoughts. Yeah, sure.
So intellectually and even by experience, can you hear me?
Yes.
Intellectually and by experience, you can understand it, but
Okay.
it feels like from the mind that there is still a movement that you have to do to realize the self.
No, I just said in the
Yes.
beginning, not.
But it feels like you have
You may have a lot of feelings still. That is, of course, that's not touched. But see, you can see that, okay, you were doing, you were believing in accomplishing something with a certain processes, and then while you do that, you see also that after all this undoing, this deconstruction of things, is the same. It's the same guy or the same girl or the same one, and you remain with that same one. Nothing wrong with that, but at least see that it's playing all the time with the mind. And that probably suddenly makes one quiet about the search or about any idea about it. Yeah, so if you don't name so much, or it's intellectual, so it means, oh, then it's only intellectual, I have to experience it and so on. If you remove all those labels, where are you? Where are you left? On which platform do you put yourself?
nowhere.
Okay, very good. In comparison with before, it's nowhere, but don't make it a platform also, that's all. Yeah. That's why you see it's quite impossible to speak. It's only with the mind that one speaks and lives and experiences and knows. And I must say, often it happens that one arrives at the experience of I am, a kind of base to the person, isn't it? I am. Still, it's very well described, and it's not permanently a fact. So it is as it is. So I think finally to keep quiet about the search is not to arrive anywhere. And even if you arrive somewhere, you just know you arrive somewhere and it will pass anyway. Something else will be presented.
Ganga, can I ask you?
Yeah,
With
sure.
with the physical pain and or the diseases, can you also be free fully? Or I feel that any kind of pain and this brings the fear that brings person back to the person more. Or is it?
It is exactly the same, because the one who thinks he's free
Yeah.
or detached from pain is still there, you see.
Mhm.
So don't worry if you have a disease which troubles you. I mean, it's not nice and
No, I
uncomfortable,
understand.
but it's not an hindrance at all. Because you see, or you are more in your body, otherwise you are more in what? In beingness. It's still someone. Someone is still there. So just know that there is absolutely nothing to change. And that's maybe it brings maybe the tranquility of the, it drops the search maybe. Yeah,
There is a strong
a
urge
little louder please.
there is a strong urge
Yeah.
not to be complacent.
Not to be
Complacent.
complacent.
Not to say I just dropped the search.
Okay.
Without
Very nice.
Really looking.
Yes,
Feeling somehow maybe it's also a play of the mind to drop the search.
I like it.
Because it's like a part
It's
of
a
you.
play of the mind, yes, you're right.
Because a part of you feel like, I don't know, this is also a play of the mind. Feel like it has to search.
Right.
And
So,
then it kind of somehow in a way, then another play comes up of frustration.
yes, I know.
Not knowing to drop, to continue.
Absolutely, that's what I say. Don't do anything. I mean, there is nothing to be done, that's better to say. There is nothing to be done. Everything
It's as it is.
is as it is.
Yeah.
It's perfectly as it is.
Yeah. Then it's just this awareness of the
Don't
different
even bring
traits.
awareness. Don't bring
This,
awareness.
this one.
This was the goal.
This is also feeding with a different way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't bring anything now.
Yeah. Even awareness is the play.
Awareness. Who knows awareness?
Yeah.
It's a goal of a high search, let's say, of a search which is no more objective.
Yeah.
But still, you know, it's such a game.
Yeah.
You will remain with your frustration and your search.
Yeah.
So,
also bring it's a strong energetic kind of doubt that comes into this also. It's all okay.
there is nothing to do.
Yeah. It's accepting this also.
It's too much
Also
doing.
it's-
Because you can be sure, if you accept, there will be an occasion where you will reject it. You know.
It keeps rolling.
Then what? You are alive, huh?
Yeah. I think this is also part of it, is trying to stop this rolling.
I know, that's all we try when we search. We have to stop thinking, to stop rolling, to stop so many things, and then you become like a Zenish eye. Eventually, if you're successful, and then what? You are still troubled. No transformation will do. No change will do. It's already changing all the time. Why one wants it to be differently? Because all the time it's also uncomfortable and this and that, but one has to know this is what is presented. Huh? It's like that. It's not someone who can solve that. It is like that. And it's not that you have to become suddenly no one. It's too much doing again.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so it's just like that. Very nice. Can I have a little more shot? Hot shot. Thank you. So, anything? This place is to ask questions about the subject, if you like. Because myself, what can I say? Much more. Yeah.
I just don't know how to put it together. It's just I have this feeling of, I don't know if you said like this, but it's kind
Doesn't
of
matter, you speak
like a
and then we see.
confusion, you know.
Sorry?
Sort of a kind of like a confusion. It's not a confusion, but it's a confusion.
Yeah, okay. Okay, it's important. Yes. So, can you point out why you say that?
But you see, because when I hear you speaking, you present it very beautifully, and it's very charming actually. It is a point that we are all looking for this rest that you propose.
For?
Some sort of rest.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
The
Yes, sure.
rest,
Of course.
liberation, not in a sense of a great achievement, but in the sense of, I like someone said, traveling lighter. You see?
Yes,
Traveling
sure.
lighter.
And that's what
Some
I...
sort of relief from the struggle of search.
Yeah, sure.
Yes?
And that's what I say. Don't do anything for that. Then the rest is really there.
Yeah, but at the same time, it feels like, in a way, if you will look at it like something else, if it is the opposite of searching, no searching is the opposite of searching, is the same thing.
Yeah,
If you
no.
tell me search,
Listen. Listen. Okay, I see your point. You see, when you search and you accomplish, you say, I don't search, isn't it? But when you search and see that there is that search will never be satisfied, will never, or brings you again somewhere. It's not that you drop it, but you see that the search is an invention of the mind. I mean, there is the rest.
yeah, but this has to happen. Because I cannot produce it. I cannot say, okay, just stop the search, and I promise you will be all right.
I don't say stop the search. I see that the search and all its goal and promises are just another way to experience something else, and you will remain with unsatisfaction. So
That's what I don't know.
you have not gone that far with your search to say, okay,
No, I don't know.
I accomplished
If
something.
I speak about myself,
Hmm.
I don't have a feeling that I'm searching, for instance. Like
Okay.
I have been searched
Then
so
what
much.
is the problem?
But the searching have its place, because I wish it will not have taken place. If it will not have been search of my life,
No, but let's speak of now.
or now there is something like I feel like there is a realm in which there is no ending.
Right.
In the, like you see, like I'm in the night thinking about thoughts, because I send you this audio.
Thoughts.
Thoughts, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we talk about, we said no thinking, stop thinking or no thinking.
Yeah, but it's too much. I agree that it's too much to do.
No, because it is natural. You see, like we are here. We are more like the plant. We are here with an intellect. We are
Which
here
brings a
with
search
discernment,
eventually, yeah.
and then we don't have to know, but we can not even with trying. It's just the finding out is part of being alive. Finding out is part of me just being in here. This is the
Okay, you
opportunity.
can find it out,
Yeah.
but then the result is also ephemeral,
But it doesn't
as
have to be-
everything
Why
else.
have to be a result? There is no result. It's like we begin being more in touch with what it is. It seems like it's always a process, but we have been born. And then until we die, there is a process. But it is this process
I don't
of
understand. I
seeing,
must.
I don't know how to put it into words.
No, but just wait. I would like that to understand you also. Okay, so you say you describe the search. Okay, you have a search. Okay, and then now you say it's never ending to search in the end.
If you want to call it
Or you accept things as it is.
yeah,
it-
I accept
You
things as-
accept things as it
yeah,
is.
I totally accept
So
things
where
as it
this doubt comes or this question, don't go there. If you accept things as it is, will you still run after something if somebody says, oh, there is more than that? You see, there is a reality that you have to still see. It will trouble you or not?
It doesn't trouble me in this moment.
It doesn't trouble
No,
you.
it doesn't trouble me
Then
because it is
don't be
inherent.
troubled
It's
then.
inherent.
Don't-
Inherent that I keep discovering. I keep discovering deeper levels. and
In this
subtle levels.
life, we will keep on discovering, that's true.
Say again?
In this life, we keep on discovering.
Yeah.
Right.
This, if you want to call it search, I don't know, because search is also...
No, but because you are somehow solved with the search, that's why you speak like this. That's why you can say the search continues, it will always offer something else. It's the way it is. This is a life, yeah.
Yeah, and it's beautiful.
This is a
It's
life.
totally beautiful.
Nobody said it was not beautiful.
No, I say it's beautiful.
Yeah. But I hope that you include all what is looking like not beautiful too.
So,
Ah,
this is at the
then-
personal level. This
then
is
I
at
have
the
nothing
personal
to
level.
say.
My knees hurting, I want to walk a bit more, and then it hurts. We are,
So, but where is the confusion?
no, the conflict is because you said, let's do nothing, and this doing nothing. in a
No,
way-
no, no. I say, there is nothing to do. I don't ask you not to do anything. There is nothing to do. It's different.
I agree.
Because I have not done anything, I do less and less, or eventually I have a moment of not doing, doesn't work also. So there is nothing to do. And let's forget about those concepts, real, unreal, illusion, reality with a big R. It troubles us too much because it's a trouble. It feeds beliefs. Yeah.
I experience so much fear
Yeah.
in the process of breathing.
Attends, a little louder, I'm sorry. I
experience
experience
so much fear. in the
fear.
Fear.
Ah,
Fear. In the process of breathing out, letting go. And the more I see that fear, the bigger it gets.
yeah, sure, that's why it doesn't work.
And so what happens is paralyzation.
Ah, of course, there are some consequences, sure.
So there's no question behind here that I am aware of, that this fear, it gets extremely big, and time expands. So the fear, I can perceive that fear in every single thing I do during the day.
Okay. Why you are hypnotized?
Why?
Are you hypnotized
Am I?
by the fear?
Why I am not hypnotized?
No, why are you hypnotized? What is there? You feed your particular story of life.
I'm attached.
That's it. Okay.
Very much.
Okay. Okay. If you see you are attached, I will not say detach yourself. But I see, at least see it. You are attached, so it will be everywhere. Even when a bird sings, it will be there. At some point, you may be fed up to suffer because of the fear. Huh? Yeah. Projection is infinite, huh? Our projections. Or it is in the direction of freedom, enlightenment, and all that, or it is in the direction of fear and suffering and all that. It's just projections of the mind, huh? Of course. And a person is the mind. Yet if you start to see, oh, all that is due to movements of the mind. It goes on changing. I may not be hypnotized by ideas that the mind presents. I may suffer some time, I may not suffer some time. What else can you know? Tell me now. What else can you know or experience or feel?
I know?
What else one can know than experiencing, knowing, and feeling? And yet, you see, it's all in time. It's all in one birth. One's birth. The rest, we don't know. If there is any rest.
Ganga.
Yes?
Yeah, I've enjoyed so much this weekend to hear this indication that there's only this.
I don't know what you understand by it, but if you are happy with that, I'm so happy for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, nothing to add. There is absolutely nothing to add. Don't say Eureka! Don't say Eureka! But still, yeah.
And I said, fucking hell.
This English. It's yeah. You didn't find anything. It's just you said it. That's it. Mark is not speaking today.
You already answered what I had a question about.
Okay.
It's funny, Ganga. You know this whole question of a few things that were said today. That one about attachment. I thought, well, who's actually attached to what? And you know, as I listen more and more, what's being said is there was never anyone there. It's just it sounds so obvious to say, but it's just an idea that there's a self. And this self then imagines the whole search and the story and the continuity through time and all that. And there's actually not anything there. It sounds, when you say it, it's like, of course, obvious, but it's so funny.
Nothing is obvious.
Okay.
What is obvious? There is nothing permanent obvious. Yeah?
Nothing permanent obvious?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I respond to what you said.
No, I mean, when I speak it in the words, it's like, yeah, of course, this is what's always been said, but it's somehow the seeing, it's always like, oh, that's far out.
It's far out, yeah.
It's very far out. It's always far out. Very strange.
For a seeker, ancient old seeker, you are young but still, it's really strange. Doesn't matter. It's strange to see that something we believe so much in is just a belief.
And that belief believed it was going to find something.
Yeah, sure. That's the story of
This is
everyone, you know. Sure.
silly.
Ganga,
Yeah.
that interaction just between you two was like felt very clear,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
nothing else.
Okay.
But very
Don't
quickly-
spoil it.
Yeah.
Don't spoil it. Okay. Okay. Tell. But then.
And then very quickly afterwards, like, but how to stay like this?
Huh?
How can you stay like this? How
Oh,
can
oh
it
yeah,
always
yeah.
be
That's
like this?
again.
But
It's.
yeah. And then it starts to feel.
Don't spoil it. I mean, there is nothing to spoil, but still don't spoil it.
You don't rest on.
There is no a recipe for what? Yeah.
So what is the point to ask you questions? What is the point to ask you questions?
Oh, there is no point, but you see, this kind of meeting doesn't happen if there is no demand. And generally, those who come, it's or to hear more clarification or to ask a doubt or question or whatever. I don't oblige you to question if you don't have a question, you see. But if you have, it's a good place to ask. Because generally in the world it's all about objective questions, and here it's more about subjective questions. So you have nothing to ask.
It just feels like too much doing, I guess. So,
Okay,
yeah. Doesn't,
okay.
so maybe asking this will trigger something, but no.
Too much doing. Oh, I will explode. Thank you so much. That's Before going,
Yeah,
what do you bring in the plane?
in the plane. Just now that there's no separation between myself and the world, or between me and you, but I want to keep some separation, otherwise something ugly
You
can
can
grow out
play.
of it if
You
I
can
said,
play.
yeah,
Nobody said that you cannot not play.
yeah.
If you like, you can play. You want to write to me in that way?
I don't know what will.
Yeah, I just joke. Can I ask you what you point out to what when you say there is no separation?
Hmm?
Just to know if I understand you well. Between what and what? Between your body and my body?
No, between that and what is alive, or what is
Yeah.
the forms,
And what?
the forms and the self. Otherwise,
Yes.
it would.
Yes. And when there is no form, tell me.
I have not seen without form.
So why do you speak of the self? if you've not
Oh,
seen.
yeah. And it's more an intuitive knowing. Then it was more an intuitive knowing and
Intuition, I would
experience,
not
yeah.
trust the intuition.
Yes. Looked like, yeah.
Oh, I see. So,
What you see?
and I will swallow it.
Please.
Yes, please.
So you say you wouldn't trust his intuition because it's also an idea of what it really is? Or
It's a movement of the mind. In. It's not out, but in. Still a movement of the mind. So why is it more than some other things?
so what he can trust in?
Hmm?
What he could trust in? instead.
Everybody trusts what's presented. They just choose what they like better.
Also sounds like yeah. Right.
That was quite good. You can be all right with whatever is presented, you know, and when it leaves, when that presentation leaves you, there is another one. So
Yeah, that's a nice place to be. Just,
that's different. It's some preference and all that. Yeah, okay. Preferences may not be accompanied with a belief. Okay, I prefer to be well who is not. That's sure. Doesn't mean that you need to hook or glue a belief in it, you know. It's real, not real, and all those things. Be relieved from that.
I feel so relaxed and happy in this space. And then, you know, in this like, as it is, just the trust in the present. That's what it feels like. But there's the fear of if I really allow myself to be in that, will I be supported? Can I, you know?
You
will
know,
I
but
be-
this is already taking care of your personal life. there is not much else than that. But I mean, what I want to say is that there is no recipe. It's just that the concern for a better life and all that, of course, is in the mind of someone, sure. Now, that goes on changing too. Now, when you are not concerned, you have a moment of, let's say, relief. Yeah? It is still the opposite of what you know. And that's why it goes on changing too. So, maybe just to see that is a real relief. I don't think there is anything much in your hands to solve the future and all this absolutely unknown flow in time. So you have moments like this, okay? And you have other moments, okay? But don't believe that there is a recipe for anything, or even a solution. It's a big relief. It's a big relief. Because after a moment of rest, of course, there will be a moment of no rest. Active. It will be an active moment. Can you possibly know more than that? If you think you will know more than that, it's an imagination of your mind again. So deal with what you have. And forget to be somebody or nobody. Forget about it. Everything is perfect as it is. Maybe it's too much to say even, but everything is perfect as it is.
Yeah, it's just when I get into the activity and then I feel that I become so much more a person. You know, like I'm.
You are always a person. Don't fool yourself. In time, you are always a person. But can you know something like no time? Can you? I don't believe so. And of course, you can experience that. There is no time. It goes on changing, isn't it? Don't try to to believe that one day it can be permanent. Just leave it. Yes, yes. In that way, be relieved.
Yeah, I think it's the trust in that, yeah,
But there is no need of trust. Just see things as they are. Why should you trust?
yeah, it feels like I get fearful that I lose myself and forget
You will lose yourself, and then what?
and suffer.
Maybe not. No, I just want to say maybe that, listen, if you search, know that you put yourself in such a mess, because then you have to follow so many instructions, or to accomplish, if one teaches that he believes in accomplishment, and if one teaches he doesn't believe in accomplishment, you have to do so much things to undo. So, maybe the base has not been seen, which is to believe that I is a problem. Because one suffers or is enjoying. In duality, you can. It's time, no duality in this birth and all. You cannot. It's an impossibility to know more. All what you know and attain will die with you. So, keep quiet, don't make you suffer in some ascetic something. Just live the life which is given to you by birth. And don't put any idea about it. Yeah.
So then I understand it's also okay to suffer if you are not attached to it,
Attached to what?
to the I. There's a lot
Is it possible? Is it possible not to be attached to I? No. That's not possible. It's a strange idea.
You are attached. Yeah, of course I'm attached to the I.
Yeah, sure.
I feel all this.
Because you think that's what you are, no?
Yeah.
So, of course, you are attached to that. It's more than survival. It's just the way it exists, the way it manifests. Huh? And then what's the question?
So then it's also okay to have all these emotions also.
Of course, can you do otherwise? Of course, there is nothing wrong with. There is nothing wrong. It's because we want to escape suffering generally that we invent fantastic paradise where there is no more suffering and all that, you see. Or we project that on somebody's. Or they are so enlightened that they live a reality we don't live and all. It's the imagination. Okay. Okay or not okay, even if you say it's not okay, it's okay. Huh? Yes. Generally, when we suffer, we don't feel it's okay. It gives a lot of suffering, you see. We think by attaining something beyond unbelievable or something, an ideal, we think we remove the suffering of this world for oneself. But it's more suffering because you never attain that. You never attain. So you change the quality of suffering, but still you suffer. What for? What for?
And to want to change it. Also
Yeah, well,
then it's
you
like
don't
that
need
for
to transform anything. I think there is much more peace, much more relief if you really see there is nothing to do.
that it's just happening. Or coming and going.
Even the question of who am I is a thought, which can be a torture, you see, if you want an answer. So no, it's just a thought.
Because you start searching again. Or,
Mm.
Then you start searching again.
Yeah, that's what I say. You are after an answer, because it's all what we know in this world. Or it's questioned, or it's answered, or it's accomplished, or it's not accomplished. That's right, wrong, it's all like that. Eh? Yeah. How can we change that? Tell me. something else.
I have a question.
Yeah, please.
I sit here and I have so many questions coming, and then I hear you speak, and then they start dissolving. And then I have lots of mind pretzels that I'm baking. But then I think, no, I still probably have a question. So, and I don't know how to formulate it without creating another pretzel, but I will try.
Yeah, sure.
It feels when because I'm so identified with my mind,
Yeah.
it feels like I still have to make a choice to interact differently. Which, when I hear everything you're saying, of course, that's still a doing. But I don't know how to not do to create a different
Because
reality.
you believe that with the transformation you will be more happy. I think the happiness is to just see those things, that's all. Because it's an endless work to transform and transform and transform, and finally you don't arrive anywhere. You will be the same one. And you spend a lot of energy and time into something which is an utopia anyway.
So you mean I'm getting lost on the idea of needing to do something different?
Yeah, it's just an idea, which may look very nice because you have not yet gone there, but it's an utopia, so you bang your head. You are very beautiful as you are. We have so many ideas of archetypes, you see. Just know, okay. But don't think that they are higher or better than you. Thank you.